Right off the bat, we start off in Birth of a Hero, where we gotta find Uncle Ben's killer. If you remember, he's called Spike in this game. Yep, although I have some suspicions that might not be the case, but I don't think I need to discuss that. But anyway, the first thing you need to know here is that there's a secret. If you can get through this part without getting caught, you get one of the new upgrades right away without having to do it in a later level. Advanced Web Dome. Basically, you can now upgrade your basic web attacks. And Handspring, always useful. But anyway, yeah. Advanced Web Dome. That is gonna be useful for most instances, but yeah, as you can see here, our Web Dome's not wimpy looking anymore. So don't expect me to use the regular version until I'm running out of web. Yeah. This is not the only web attack that has the ability to get upgraded. Well, except for the web yank. I don't think there's any way you can improve that, but at the same time, it's not useless. It's a basic move, but it's really useful. And as for head spring, that's going to be the move combo that I'm just going to use a whole bunch in this game until it becomes obsolete with some other combo. There's at least 3 combos in this game that are very broken, and you're going to see me use them a lot whenever I get the chance. And especially bosses. Head spring, I believe, isn't all that great for bosses. I mean, for the most bosses during the time you have head spring aren't going to be phased all that much by it, but the enemies here, yep, they're going to be easily exploited with it. You could stun lock them any way you want. Basically, you can break the game, and it's really fun to do it. And in fact, it's probably the only way you'll get through superhero mode without much damage. Yeah. But like I said, most enemies you'll fight here, they might be exploited, but unfortunately the bosses aren't. And unfortunately we're about to run into one of them. He cannot be exploited by a head spring. This makes him one of the more difficult bosses of the game, actually, because of this. Yeah. While it is possible to fight him head straight on, that is not a good idea to do on superhero mode, or fighting Spike. An overly paranoid man. So, yeah. He's already way better than most enemies. He can dodge your impact webbing, so don't use it on him. In fact, yeah, don't use it on him now, anyway. The basic strategy is, you want to try and knock him back. The only problem is, doesn't get knocked back that easily. And he's capable of interrupting your combos, so if you want to use head spring on him, go ahead. It might not work though, because there's a good chance he'll just interrupt your attack with this shotgun. And that shotgun, he can do a lot of damage very quickly. So, yeah. He's basically one of the harder bosses. He's the first one, but he's one of the harder ones. And of course, if you're thinking about having him locked on the whole time, don't you worry. He has a flashbang that can easily get rid of the camera lock for a while. Although it doesn't take much to, get back on your feet and get a lock on him again. But of course, one of the biggest differences here on superhero mode is that the health upgrades, or at least, if you want to get all the tokens here to get your health and web back, they do not respawn on this difficulty. On easier difficulties, they do come back, but not here, unfortunately. Anyway, yeah. So basically, the strategy is basically guerrilla tactics. You do not want to fight him head straight on, because there's going to be very little success in doing so. And you might want to preserve your web for, actually using web gloves on him. At the very least, it'll get rid of him quicker. But good chances are you're not going to have any, so you're better off defaulting back into the more powerful kicks. And of course, there's moments like these where, yeah, he just cowers out. Better than him just shooting a bunch at you. And mind you, you have no invincibility frames. He can easily take out a huge chunk of your health with just one basic stream of shotgun blasts. So you basically better hope you get lucky and stun lock him whenever you get the chance. Of course, he's not that easily to stun lock, but yeah. Seems air kicks do the job very well. Of course, I'm pretty sure you can interrupt that. But it seems we're about to close to an end with him.
No! You! Not you!
Stay back! I'm warning you, you psycho!
I could have stopped you at the fight promoter's office. I could have saved Uncle Ben.
And that's Birth of a Hero. Well, at least Spidey's a better man now.
These are the years when a man becomes the man he's going to be for the rest of his life. Just be careful who you change into. You're feeling this power of becoming a man, and with this great power comes great responsibility.
Uncle Ben. Nothing could ever fill the hole left when he died. Those wounds never really heal. The beautiful redhead is Mary Jane Watson. The guy is Harry Osborn, my best friend. They stuck with me after Uncle Ben died. Harry's dad, Norman, was great too. He even let Harry and me stay in one of the apartments he owned after we graduated and moved into the city. I got a job with the Daily Bugle, taking pictures of myself. Life sure is strange sometimes. No matter how much you want to hold on to a moment, you can't stop time from moving on.
General Slocum has given Oscorp a week to prove that we can develop a working serum. Or we are going to lose the contract to Quest Labs, given how much we have invested in this research. Losing the contract could bankrupt Oscorp. I can only assume that SpiderMan relates to our problem in some way.
Yes, Mr. Osborn, as that video showed, Spider-Man possesses all the attributes our project hopes to create. We hypothesize that he has augmented spider DNA in his system and feel certain that an analysis of his blood will enable us to complete our serum. We can modify the hunter-killers to track this DNA signature and capture Spider-Man.
Do it.
Well, if I want to get paid this week, I'd better come up with some photos for Jonah. The city's been quiet, so I guess I'm gonna have to settle for some aerial acrobatics. I can get in some practice while I'm at it. I should start with my web breaking. If I jump while I'm swinging, I can totally change direction and start swinging again. If I do it now, it should make for a decent pick. Couple of nice shots, but nothing JJ's gonna pay top dollar for. Huh, that was okay, but the shots need more action. This... Not bad. That should do it. My web's topped off already. Okay, I have those shots for JJ. Gotta get back to the Bugle, collect my money, and get my rent paid. Uh-oh. I don't know what that thing is, but something tells me it isn't friendly.
And now for the real meat of this, level that I have to be very quiet on. Anyway, the strategy is simple. Use webbing.
These guys are really persistent.
So yeah. We now have a bunch of hunter killers. Not all of them are weak to webbings like these spiders. And these spiders usually hang around buildings, so if you want to avoid them, stay away from the buildings. But that won't save you from the, these flying drones. They do massive damage on superhero mode. So yeah, do not try to fight them physically. Your webbing does the job very well. So basically do anything else in your power to avoid, getting confrontational in that sort of way. Otherwise, this is a pretty easy level, as long as you use the web strategy. Otherwise, it might be one of the harder ones you'll ever play. These basically are the most elite of the elite. If there's gonna be one part that you'll find the most annoying about this game, it's gonna be these robots. They just happen to, be a part of every annoying level in this game. Here though, they're at their lightest, so don't worry about them too much now. So yeah, and this is why I'm demonstrating. Do not fight them head on. They don't take much damage. And occasionally they have some spin attack that they could easily use to just knock you out. Of course, that won't be a problem now.
Whew. That's the last of them. But who sent them?
Yeah, so that's a very basic level, but you could either be the bane of your existence or just another roadblock.
What's going on over here? Who the heck? He sure took off in a hurry. Yikes! Not so fast.
Come on, move it! This wall is coming down. Don't panic, boys. It was only a matter of time before we had to deal with Spider-Man. Let's take care of security and get some hostages.
We've got a situation here. We need backup.
Backup is on the way.
Don't know who this creep is, but he's easy to follow.
So the first part here is not protect the guard. He can protect himself just fine. But no, we gotta fight off these robbers. Shocker's goons. So Shocker returns. It seems he was a fan favorite by Activision because this is not going to be the last time we're seeing him, and this is certainly not the first time he showed up in a Spider-Man game in recent time. Well, in this time anyway. He looks exactly just like his cartoon comic book counterpart, which makes it very odd to see most of the extra additions to the villain gallery here in this game. Because they certainly don't look like they're going to be part of... If they were adapted in a film, they probably would not look like that. I mean, sure, Spidey doesn't look, that much different from what he's supposed to look like now. But, yeah. At the very least, modernizing them in some sort of way. Or make them look, a little bit more realistic and less ridiculous looking for, live action. Yeah. Shocker certainly fits the bill for having a very good fitting appearance. Anyway, time for some, nice spider sense. This is what it is now. It lets you see things from farther away. Yeah, I don't know how the spider sense works. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but it just tells him there's bad things going on. Usually I thought it was just something warning him of danger, but here he is being psychic apparently, being able to see what's going on. I mean, if I had that kind of power, I could easily just do anything. And really, if he did have that power, why doesn't he use it more often for more convenient things later on? You would not know how much this would probably help later on, if you know this game very well. And again, and yeah, and apparently they ran out of budget on the spider sense. So now we just get this very basic looking one. So fight two more of these thugs. Yep, they're just boring old thugs. Even weaker than the original ones, I believe.
So you must be Quilt Man, Padded Pete, Mr. Triple Ply? Oh, I've got it. The cushion.
I'm the Shocker. I tell you not to forget it, but you won't be around long enough to worry about that. Now say goodbye to Mr. Innocent Bystander, sucker.
Tell me about it.
Help! What's going on?
You really ought to pay more attention.
So yep, gotta save this dumb civilian who apparently did not hear Shocker's blast. That very easily could have been him. And if he gets crushed by it, don't you worry. It's not very graphic, but he does let out this pretty casual moan for getting crushed by a gigantic pillar. And you too can get crushed by it if you for some reason were standing there. So don't worry about that either. But apparently Activision got the budget for Spider-Sense again, and now we can finally have the all-seeing vision. And we gotta worry about more guards. Or at least protecting them. And one of the things I noticed is that I missed two combos here, which are scissor kick and high whip kick hit. Yeah, I have no idea what they do because, well, for the starters, I don't use very much combos aside from specifically certain 3 and the upgrades to the web attacks. Anyway, yeah, there's just more guards. I'm not kidding when I say they're just somehow weaker than the ones from any of the Skull Gang members. None of these, robbers ever reached the pinnacle of annoying or being really strong as the Green Jacket guys. None of them. These are basically just very weak. So yeah, these are basically even less threatening than, regular gang members when Spidey was more inexperienced. I guess that makes sense, but nah.
That's the last of the goons. Uh-oh, someone's coming.
That freak's made a mess of things. I got a score to settle now. Come on, boys. Let's get out of here.
Well, the subway station. Not the last time we'll see it, I believe, but quite the first villain level, really. Anyway, see you for part 3, where we'll continue with Pursuit with Shocker. Now, usual Zero, signing off.